Welcome to Trending African Folktale Stories, and my name is Mercy Blessings, the tale of Nyaboke and the greedy stepmother. Long ago, in the lush green hills of Kisii, there lived a kind man named Mogaka. He was a hard-working farmer who had 2 children, a boy named Onchiri and a girl named Nyaboke. Their mother had passed away when they were young, and Mogaka later remarried a woman named Kemunto. Kemunto was beautiful but had a heart as cold as the morning dew. She brought her own daughter Mora into the household, and from the moment she arrived, she began to oppress Mogaka's children. Kemunto was greedy and selfish. She gave the best food to Mora while forcing Onchiri and Nyaboke to eat scraps. She made them work from sunrise to sunset, tilling the fields, fetching water, and gathering firewood, while Mora lounged in the shade. Kemunto's cruelty knew no bounds, and she often beat the orphans if they dared to complain or rest. One day, Mogaka fell ill and passed away, leaving the children at the mercy of their stepmother. Kemunto's greed grew even stronger. She sold Mogaka's cattle and land, keeping the wealth for herself and Mora. She moved the family to a small, dilapidated hut on the edge of the village, where she forced Onchiri and Nyaboke to sleep on the cold dirt floor. Nyaboke, the younger of the 2 siblings, was a clever and resourceful girl. She often comforted her brother, reminding him of their father's words, "Even in the darkest night, the stars still shine." She believed that one day their suffering would end. One evening, as Nyaboke fetched water from the river, she met an old woman with a hunched back and a kind smile. The woman was struggling to carry a bundle of firewood, so Nyaboke offered to help. Grateful, the old woman said, "You have a good heart, child. Take this seed and plant it in the darkest corner of your home. Tend to it with care, and it will bring you blessings." Nyaboke thanked the woman and returned home. That night, she secretly planted the seed in the corner of the hut where she and her brother slept. She watered it every day, even when Kemunto scolded her for wasting time. Soon, a strange plant began to grow. Its leaves were a deep green, and its flowers glowed like tiny lanterns in the moonlight. One morning, Nyaboke woke to find the plant had grown into a tall, sturdy tree with golden fruit hanging from its branches. She plucked one of the fruits and discovered it was filled with honey and nuts. She and Onchiri ate their fill, and for the first time in years, they felt hope. When Kemunto saw the tree, she was furious. "Who planted this tree without my permission?" she demanded. Nyaboke bravely stepped forward and explained how she had helped the old woman and received the seed. Kemunto, blinded by greed, ordered Mora to pick all the fruit for herself. But as soon as Mora touched the tree, its branches twisted and thorns sprouted, pricking her hands. Kemunto, enraged, tried to chop down the tree with an axe, but the tree's bark turned to iron and the axe shattered. That night, as Kemunto slept, the tree whispered to Nyaboke, "Take your brother and leave this place. Follow the river until you find a village where the people are kind." Nyaboke obeyed. She and Onchiri left the hut and followed the river until they reached a welcoming village. The villagers took them in, and the siblings grew up loved and cared for. Meanwhile, Kemunto and Mora were cursed by the tree. Their greed consumed them, and they were never able to leave the hut, which slowly crumbled into ruins. To this day, the people of Kisii tell the story of Nyaboke and the golden tree to remind their children that kindness and courage will always triumph over greed and cruelty. And if you walk through the hills of Kisii, they say you can still see the glowing flowers of the magical tree shining like stars in the night.